This story fascinates me for a whole load of reasons. 1 in 10 Brits would buy weight loss jabs on social media platforms like TikTok if they could not get a prescription from their doctor or their pharmacy, according to a survey. So, bearing in mind, social media in itself is not really a sales place, it's not an Amazon, but there are ads that run on them. But more than that, I suppose, there's influencers. I mean, my goodness, I'm an influencer. Yeah, of course you are, mate. Those kind of people. Would you buy something that you are going to then inject into your body from some chiseled dodgepot doing his own home video on TikTok? I mean, the fact I'm asking the question is a bit bizarre. Let's speak with Dr. Layla Hanbeck, CEO of Independent Pharmacies Association. Layla, good afternoon to you. Good morning, rather. Nice to have you with us. I mean, it does seem, as I just described it, utterly bizarre that anyone would want to go in this direction. I mean, it's a controversial decision, as is any health issue and medicine. Regardless, you know, even in the safest spaces, you have to think about these things fully and with the best advice. So the idea that you would nip over to TikTok for your medication is a bit disturbing. Good morning.
Good morning, Ian. Yes, it is definitely very disturbing and concerning because these medicines can do a lot of harm because we don't know what's in them. We know that many criminal gangs are taking advantage of the fact that weight loss medicines are very popular and there's high demand for them. So they're taking advantage of that. And unfortunately, it seems that many people are keen to just get hold of them. I have seen myself several examples of people who have brought in fake medicines into pharmacies, basically, that they've obtained online without the packaging even saying exactly what's in it, which is very concerning.
It is very concerning, and you kind of, I don't know, maybe it's a fool's journey to try and analyse what goes on either in the minds of the people that make this stuff or in the minds of the people that buy it. I mean, if you're selling, you know, I don't know, a kid's toy that is not the real, a counterfeit kid's toy, for example, okay, it's very disappointing for little Timmy when he receives his plastic tractor with only has one wheel. That's one thing. But if you are manufacturing something that people are going to inject into their body that could actually kill them, then, you know, if they found out who you were, you'd find yourself in prison for doing this. So that in itself is bizarre. But the idea that people among us would go that route, how desperate do people have to be to go for something that has no authentication, no qualification or story behind it, just some man or woman on TikTok dancing on a table, showing off their amazing body, saying, buy some of these?
Yes, so in pharmacies, we have a very thorough procedure in terms of like identifying who is in need for these medicines. So we go through the procedures in order to make sure that we give it to people who for whom it's suitable. Yeah. However, those who cannot get it through pharmacies because they may not be suitable for it should really you know, not go online and try and get this through illegitimate routes, because these medicines can be incredibly harmful. Yeah. They can cause organ damage, long-term damage to the body. And sometimes, you know, these damages can come later. You may not feel them, you may not have them immediately, but they can really go on for a long time. So it's essential that people speak with their healthcare professionals, because these are medicines that are very, you know, they're active medicines, and they can really harm.
Indeed. And of course, even when it comes to something like this, these sort of weight loss jabs, I mean, they of course are out there now, but they don't suit everybody, and they wouldn't be right for everybody, even if you went for the real thing. So, I mean, there's, you know, this is a big decision that people have to make with these. I suppose that the sad reality, though, Layla, just a final point on this, is that there's no real way of legislating for this. I mean, it's you know, social media is the Wild West. If somebody is there, the aforementioned chiseled torso dancing on his table saying, buy these, then, you know, you can't, unless you track him down, you can't really stop it.
But that's it. And regulators, our regulators like Medicines Health Regulatory Agency and General Pharmaceutical Council, we feel that they need to step up to make sure that these sites are regulated and where these medicines are come from. Because as I said, the demand for these medicines are very high, and it's absolutely essential that people go through the legitimate routes like their community pharmacies to ensure it's suitable for them.
Indeed. On that point, Layla, thank you very much indeed. Layla Hambeck, CEO of Independent Pharmacists Association, thank you to you. I do kind of struggle with that. There was somebody my other half knew that went for went to one of those Botox parties where you sort of pitch up, and someone who has literally zero experience in any aspect of medicine is injecting people's faces with some kind of compound that's meant to straighten out their wrinkles. The story was of this woman who ended up with an eye that looked like it was in another postcode because it was given so badly. I mean, if you want to have a bit of Botox, iron your face out, etc., fine. I've no moral judgment on that, but, you know, if you're going to do it, you need the real deal for something like that. I mean, this is a potion being put into your system. You don't need to be a medic to know that's all kinds of iffy. 03